Good afternoon. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good afternoon. Good. My name is Chris Schmidt. I'm the Dean of Students at Lindsey Wilson College. I'm going to let my colleagues introduce themselves here in a second, but we're going to be speaking to you guys about the mobile connection, enhancing students' lives and engaging students. And we're talking about a lot of different things that we've experienced through this process. But I'll turn this over for a second to my colleagues here.
I'm Ashley Miller. I'm the Director of Career Services at Lindsey Wilson College.
I'm Heather Davis. I'm a freshman advisor at Lindsey Wilson College.
I oversee all student services, so it's one of these things where, I see my student activities director, and they have all their printouts, and they're making these nice table tents, right? They put them in the cafeteria, and then I'm walking through campus, and I'm going by the campus boards, and I see the campus boards, and I stop to see what's been posted, and I realize there's something from 2011 still posted on the board, and it's kind of shuffled between things. I go into the student union building, and there's material and posters and event listings that aren't current. It's just not, and I'm watching, and student after student is walking by, and none of them turn and look at those things. The table tents just seem to make their way into the trash. They never really capture students where they're at because they're not there. Where they are isn't, my phone is set up using Periscope right now, but they're doing this. They have their phones out. They have their devices out. Every one of you are checking on your phone right now. We used to say, everyone turn off your phones and put them away. But now we encourage people to take out their phones, to get involved, to have a voice. It's one of the things that we do in higher education especially.
So then with this adoption, with rolling out, with launching this app, we wanted to very quickly figure out where is our money going? Is it doing what it was supposed to do? And so OOHLALA actually developed the survey. They pushed the survey through the app. We pushed the survey through email. And 420 people took this survey. From that survey, we found that 91% of the people who use the app would recommend it to their peers. That was huge for us because if they're going to use it, we want to also have them tell other people about using it.
And that's an important piece. If you think about it, at that time, that's 1/3 at the time that the survey went out. 1/3 of the population took the survey. So those of you that are assessment people can know that's a great response rate. It's actually an outstanding response rate. So to get that kind of information and to gather these types of statistics, again, goes back to then on the administrative side, being able to go back to people and tell them this is real, tangible information about how it can make positive change on campus.
And it was peers telling peers to download the app. Look at everything it offers us. We heard it. We would pass by them in edge orientation, and they would tell each other. Some of the mobile campus engagement. Since the launch, there's been over 6,700 event views from the event tile page. Over 5,800 campus service views, where they go to the campus service tile, and it lists all of the campus services we have. So they're going and they're searching and they're finding. 84% of students agree or strongly agree that the app helped them learn about their campus surroundings in the first weeks of college life. That's so huge because we talked about the map. We talked about campus tours. We talked about how they are using the campus service tile, finding things out for themselves, and what essentially would we like to help students do things on their own eventually. So they are finding things out and learning their surroundings. 80% of students agree and strongly agree that the app helped them get off to a good start at LWC. And how important are those first few weeks, a couple of months when they're there, for sure.
And just to help you understand where this started, we launched this 2 weeks before our first freshman orientation. So we had researched this for probably about 6 months, worked through the app development until we got to a place that we felt comfortable. Started to brand the app, how the tiles were going to look, what the backgrounds were, because we wanted to custom it. We wanted it to look professional. We wanted it to say Lindsey Wilson College. And when that launched, we were really nervous because we didn't know how that was going to go about. So we trained, and we're going to talk a little bit about the implementation, which is a key piece for it being successful. But I wanted you to understand that where that background comes from. Literally 2 weeks before our freshman orientation, we launched this for the first time.
So this isn't just like a fancy little pie chart that we're showing you to show you campus engagement. This is actually a view from the administrative dashboard. So on the app, you have a dashboard that you can pop up that'll show you kind of the temperature of the campus, what's going on. At this time, It's showing you real-time analytics from the beginning to November. So at the beginning, you see on the piece of the pie that the orientation piece, which was absolutely huge. That's because most of our initial adopters were those first-time freshmen who were coming on campus, needing to understand the schedule. The map section was huge. They were trying to figure out where to go. Whereas when you get around to November, they've been on campus. They don't need orientation any longer. In fact, it doesn't even exist on the pie chart today. It's so small. But now they're looking at the links. One of the things that we added a little way through the process was a link to our campus portal. That's where they have Blackboard, they check their grades, they register for classes, and we found that if that was available readily on that front page of the app, they were logging in and using that resource even better than they were before. So then the links started to jump up really high. So this is a fantastic way from an administrative point of view that we can see what are the students looking at and then adapt.
These are actual real, we wanted to show you real things. So this is a real, so how do we initiate this? You have to express your digital identity. On our campus, you've kind of heard Ashley say this right, I'm Chris Schmidt, I'm Dean of Students. Everyone just calls me Schmidt. I'm not Dr. Schmidt, I'm not Mr. Schmidt, I'm just Schmidt. Everyone's called me Schmidt since I'm a little boy, and that's just who I am. I put my shoes on like everybody else. Because I have a doctorate, I don't expect people to address me a certain way. I want them to be able to feel comfortable talking to me. I want our students to know that. I just completed my 19th year at LWC, completed my undergraduate education at WKU, master's at LWC, my doctorate at WKU. I'm passionate about leadership, serving other people. Service is a big part of my life. Working with students. In my free time, I race triathlons. I spend time with my family and friends, and I love to listen to rap music. Welcome to LWC. I am a Blue Raider. This got an amazing response from people. I mean, and Heather wants me to tell the story. You know, right away, student, never met him before, incoming freshman. So do you like Drake? But guess what? I wasn't the guy in a suit. I was a guy who had just thrown myself out there, expressing my identity, and the conversation started. And it kind of broke down those barriers. I was walking to work, and this is a true story. This is where I want to kind of wrap it up for you guys. I was walking to work, and my phone chimed, because I still have it on right now. I want to keep it on all the time right now because I love being engaged with our students. And I looked, and it was a post on the wall. This is a real post. I know the young lady's name is Taylor. She's quiet, she's reserved, she's super hard working. I see her at Walmart all the time. I mean, she's one of these first generation college student. She's got financial aid, but she's trying to make ends meet. She doesn't get a lot of support from home. So this is important for her. And she puts this out of nowhere on the wall. Unsolicited, just puts it out there. I don't know who created this app, but thank you. This is my 4th year at LWC, and this app is making life easier already. I'm really trying to make the best out of my last 2 years. My last 2 years, I'm going to have to return for a 5th year. I can already tell this is going to narrow everything down and connect with people easier. Can't wait to see you guys back on campus. And she says, excuse me, a shout out on her. I mean, that's the thing. Her comment is so meaningful. That's why we make decisions like this.